What's up, man? It's the Mafia. It's time for that culture for the streets. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't leave up out the trap till you've been served. Anyway, we just want to talk about what's going down in Atlanta right now. It's been a lot. It's been everywhere because even in my city, the feds been swooping, APD been swooping, all kind of shit. It's just the season in some areas. But in this specific case with YSL and YFN Lucci, a lot of the shit that they had going on threw a few flares in the air, I think, to put a halt, to close this investigation up. And when you talking about murders and bodies and criminal activity being displayed in the process of people beefing, you're gonna get heat from the police. And one thing about RICO cases and conspiracy cases, and this is a state case, but in a lot of cases, in these type of instances with RICOs and conspiracies, they gonna dig into everybody. You hang around your goddamn cousin too much, they gonna watch him. You going over a bitch house too much, they gonna watch her. You at your auntie house too much, they gonna watch her. You go over your grandpa's too much, they gonna watch him. So you gotta understand the affiliations that people have in the street with each other, regardless of the criminal activity that's going on. So that's gonna stem a whole bunch of more investigations. And it's a lot of niggas in ATL getting some money that's attached to gangs. So when you got that type of situation going on, you gotta expect your local police department, the feds, the government, period, gonna step in on that. When shit happening in the streets, niggas is dying. Niggas, YFN Lucci had a couple attempts on his life just sitting in jail, awaiting his case to proceed and shit like that. So evidently a nigga being locked up didn't start the war, didn't stop the war at all. It didn't halter it, it didn't make it stagnant or none of that. And in return, we watched Young Thug lose his baby mama, which is said to be like supposedly allegedly a hit on her as retaliation for the, what's going on with them. It's a lot of shit going on. My main thing I want to ask people though is how y'all feel about this nigga making the call from jail to get permission to put another attempt on Lucci's life from a cell phone that they saying was already tapped before he placed this call. So what that tell y'all? Was this nigga working for the police before he placed that call? Because, okay, if you get a cell phone in jail, evidently the CO's got to sneak it in for you. So that means the police was responsible for getting this device into the facility. So was the police working with the police in the process of getting this phone to dude? Did he get this phone to the police, let them tap it up, then give it to dude, and then dude, without no knowledge of the phone being tapped, just went comfortable over the phone during conversation? He just got comfortable and just did all that? Because that shit just sound reckless to me, man. And I done seen a lot of niggas do reckless shit from jail. I done seen nigga put 2-3 grams of heroin in a free envelope in jail and send that shit home from jail. I done seen niggas do some crazy shit in jail. So I don't put it past a lot of shit that niggas do when they in jail. But this right here takes the cake, because this is a important factor that you got to outline in this case, man. Because this nigga is calling for permission to kill somebody on a phone that was tapped from jail. Now, at first I thought this shit was from not a payphone, but from the jail phone. Nigga, you know better. But it wasn't from a jail phone. It was from a cell phone. So most motherfuckers that's in jail got a cell phone. They comfortable with talking how they talk over the phone, because to them, to their knowledge, nobody got this number. This phone ain't tapped. It's like a burnout to them. So I really want to know what dude was doing. Was this nigga working for the police? Or did the police swindle this nigga with the cell phone so he didn't have no knowledge that the shit was tapped and it just sunk YSL even more? I really need to know that because this detrimental to YSL. Like, this is serious. Like, once the murders and shit get through in your case, shit, man, it's hard to beat that type of shit, man. And then on top of the RICOs and the racketeerings and the drug traffickings and all the other people responsible in the case, you don't know how they gonna stand in this shit. So it's a lot of shit going on. It's a lot of evidence the DA saying they have. It's a lot of wiretaps. It's a lot of shit they got going on to make sure they sit these people in the right. So while we sitting here saying free them, that's the street thing to say, but nigga, if you're caught, you're fucking caught. And these niggas is caught. Like, nigga, I done read 500-600 pages of paperwork. And my brother and them wasn't under federal investigation for no 10 years. Them niggas was under federal investigation for a few years. Not even a few years, a few months. And they took shit down. Because when them phones is tapped, they gonna hear everything, even when you talk to your bitch. So for that nigga to have a cell phone in jail, I still feel, even with the phone, calling a nigga trying to get permission for a hit shouldn't have been dealt with, shouldn't have been done off no cell phone. Calling to get permission for a hit shouldn't have been done on nobody's cell phone. You couldn't have had a bitch come visit you or some shit, some more crazy shit, so you can get a face-off visit and try to talk to this bitch in code about some shit. You just gonna get a phone and just reach out to a nigga that's worth, he the engine to the whole movement. This shit just crazy. I don't think niggas was using their head, and I feel like Thugger got too comfortable. Nigga, in this situation, you the big homie. In this situation, you supposed to be dragging your niggas up out the streets, but instead you letting niggas with more rank than you tell you go outside and create chaos. Nigga, fuck him. And what he talking about? That nigga probably was in jail, or that nigga on his way to jail, and you listen to a nigga that's grown as fuck like you telling you to crash out when you worth millions. Nigga, fuck him. I would have said fuck him. Can't no nigga tell me to go outside and crash out and I'm worth all this motherfucking money, man. You shouldn't want me to crash out. You should want me to, nigga, move our movement up out the trenches and get us in a better position. Instead, this nigga telling him to go outside and wreak havoc. Go outside and make sure niggas is dropping. Go outside. Like, nigga, some of that shit unnecessary, and some of that shit you supposed to grow out of. Nigga, Thugger is a motherfucking multi-million-dollar, top-notch, top-tier artist in hip-hop. This nigga all over the phone and calling shots and doing this and doing that, and not even behind the scenes, because nigga, they got you on tape, and nigga, there's too much evidence on you. You got too fucking comfortable with your position. Nigga, you running ATL just off rap. Why would you have to go and do all the sucker shit you doing? Now you facing all this time, and now you want to complain about being in jail in a cell that they treating you like you in a dungeon. Nigga, you are the fucking boss. To them, they looking at you like you some sort of partial El Chapo type nigga, because you got the power to get a nigga killed. You got the power to call any shop. You can get some drugs moved. You can get some money stashed. You can get a lot of shit going. So of course they're gonna put you in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, they don't want you to have the ability to get out there and control anything in the jail. Mind you, you still got YFN niggas in the jail. So now YSL in the jail, YFN in the jail. I'm pretty sure YFN Lucci and PC. Now they got Gunner in the hole. Not Gunner in the hole, but Thugger in the hole. And it's a whole bunch of, then you got a whole bunch of niggas from Gunner's sex money murder gang that's in the county. They more deeper than YFN Lucci and his camp is, way more deeper. So basically, YFN Lucci being in the county, he up against all odds right now. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine Cuz fending for his life, because don't forget, he ain't had one attempt on his life, he had two. The second one just didn't come out to the attempt the second attempt got exposed. Then the first attempt came to the light. You know what I'm saying? So he already had 2 attempts on his life. This shit ain't no faulty shit. So the police monitoring all this shit from the jail to the streets. They watching niggas in jail and they watching niggas in the streets. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if you belong to some shit and a nigga go outside, shoot the police, do some old super top tier felony type shit, and he already stamped as a gang member from this camp, and y'all belong to this camp, that's some high profile crime right there. You shooting the police like you tried to kill a police officer. Don't think they ain't gonna look into your whole crew when you've been stamped in gang profiles and all this shit as a gang member, and then these niggas is known gang members from the same gang as you from. Nigga, they gonna jump on y'all ass. And everybody that's rich for some reason wanna promote the gang shit more than they wanna promote they riches. And the gang shit getting niggas investigations. Don't forget when you throwing up that B, you throwing up that C, or that them folk symbols or them vice lord, whatever you throwing up, whatever gang you belong to, my nigga, when you throwing that up, once you become a millionaire and you look like you the head of everything behind you, while them flags and them guns and all the money and shit waving in the air and shit, you setting yourself up for a conspiracy or a RICO charge. Yeah, that shit look like fun and games when a nigga outside, you got the money, you like the richest nigga in your gang, and all that other shit. But the police look at that shit like that nigga made it out the street and got this money, man. That's about to make them more dangerous. They probably didn't crank their activity up 100 times more in the street. So niggas look into you about that shit. So don't be surprised. Even it's already said that they watching all these other gangs in Atlanta. I'm talking about from the Crips to the Bloods, all of them to the every gang that's down there. They done named them in the indictments like they looking into all of these different camps. So you got to think, most of them camps they naming probably got multi-million-dollar rappers from that camp. So that means these gangs got access to millions of dollars, which could spill in the streets. More guns, more drugs, more motherfucking violence. And you think they ain't coming to get y'all when you become that status of a motherfucker and get out there and you still got all the street elements around you doing all the same street shit. I'm gonna tell you now, if you a top tier nigga, you one of the dumbest niggas to still participate in fuckery like that. Nigga, you rich. If your friends don't want to come enjoy the fruits of your labor and become successful like you did, they don't want to follow that lane, and they want to stay stuck in the streets while you over here rich as fuck trying to bring them in over here, man, fuck them. Nigga, cut them niggas, nigga, fuck them. I wouldn't give a fuck who they is in your neighborhood. If them niggas ain't with you, they against you, because nigga, they gonna help you fail. And a lot of niggas is cool with letting niggas around them help them fail. Niggas is cool with that, and that shit come from the fact that a lot of these niggas that be in these gangs and then prosper and make it out the street and get rich, they don't be a nigga whose voice made no noise within their camp. Niggas ain't respecting their opinions like that. You wasn't a nigga that could tell a nigga nothing. Niggas ain't having that type of respect for you outside. It's a lot of shit that come with a nigga not being able to make his circle move like they should. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go out there and get rich and you was already a nigga in your hood where your opinion matter, your voice is heard, and you can make certain shit happen. Once you get rich, you should be able to control shit to the point where niggas start changing their lives because they seen you change yours and y'all came from the same circumstances. A lot of niggas don't see shit like that. And in return, you got niggas walking around like rich ass fuckboys, letting another nigga tell them what to do when you the nigga with the money. Man, if y'all don't get these bitch ass niggas away from y'all, because y'all let these niggas make y'all look like puppets, man. I don't give a fuck about no gang shit. There's a lot of niggas that's gang. Nigga, I come from that shit too. But nigga, if I'm getting a bag and they can't tell me what to do now, the fuck is you talking about? Nigga, I get rich, you better shut the fuck up talking to me if you ain't talking about some shit I'm talking about. Some shit I'm on. The lane I'm in. The forward progress I'm trying to make. If you ain't on that same Treadmill, nigga, you need to hop the fuck off and get the fuck away from me. I wouldn't give a fuck what your status was. Nigga, you could be triple OG. Nigga, if you around me talking stupid, jeopardizing my bag, I'm gonna get you the fuck away from around me, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And some of you niggas need to stand on y'all 10 like that because y'all scared to tell niggas, no, we ain't doing that. Y'all niggas ain't got no control over y'all entourages, man. So what the fuck you got entourage for if you can't control them? You rich now. You should be telling your niggas don't go outside and do that. Don't do no fuck shit. That's gonna make us hot. Nigga, don't do no unnecessary shit. Now, you can't tell a nigga how to protect their life. If their life in danger, nigga step. But unnecessary dumb shit? So you mean to tell me you could be tens of millions up doing unnecessary dumb shit and you don't feel like that affects your life? I bet you Thug are feeling like, nigga, he fucked up. Thug ain't even been locked up a full week, but I promise you that nigga feel like he fucked up. Why? Because you ain't out here getting 400,000-500,000 a show right now. You locked up wearing the same clothes a broke inmate wearing, eating the same fucking food a broke inmate eating, making the same calls, locked in the same cell as a regular inmate is. You can't tell me you don't feel like he fucked up and he don't feel like he fucked up. That nigga fucked up. And now, because of this, you got so many rappers in Atlanta that's probably been being looked into the last few years and don't even realize it. This like a flare to them. But is it too late for them? Is it too late for the 4PF? Is it too late for the OTFs? All these different cliques and crews and gangs and shit that's in Atlanta. Is it too late for these niggas? Have they been watching these niggas so long? You know when they watching you, they let you keep double dutching through all kind of bullshit and just let it pile up. Then when they come get you, you got so much shit. You got the fight. You gonna end up copping out to something, and that's all they doing. And if they end up going out here and locking up 20, 30, 40 niggas, prominent niggas from the rap game coming out of Atlanta and that's in Atlanta, that's gonna change the demographic of their whole music scene because most of the niggas that street niggas is the niggas that's holding Atlanta down in the music game. You lock all them niggas up, man, Atlanta music gonna change. It's gonna be Memphis time. It's already Memphis time, but you take Atlanta out the equation, who challenging Memphis in hip hop? Nobody. This shit gonna change drastically. Atlanta been running the game about 20 years. But this gang culture and the egos that come with having money mixed with the gang culture, that shit fucking Atlanta up. Because Atlanta used to be a city where everybody could go to, everybody get along. Nigga, majority gonna get along. Nigga, the hospitality different. You can, first place I ever been where you could stop, you could be in the hood and stop and ask a nigga, man, I'm lost, woo woo. And nigga be shawty, man, bust this left, go that way, shawty, and you, nigga, come to Ohio if you want to see hospitality, because nigga, everybody salty, everybody mad, don't nobody give a fuck. Nigga, watch you get stumped out and walk right past you. Niggas don't give a fuck. Niggas see lost kids, won't pull up and help. None of that. It's a different hospitality here. The gang shit changed the hospitality a little bit in Atlanta because there's so much violence going on. Not to say that violence wasn't already going on prior to the gang shit, because it was. But the gang shit makes everything worse. It's more territorial. Everybody trying to prove themselves. Niggas falling out over dumb shit because of peer pressure or what one of your buddies said they wouldn't have did or what we gonna do. Like all kind of fuck shit. I think niggas is losing their way as men, making their own choices and letting people decide for you. I feel like that's kind of stupid, you know what I'm saying? And just to see in paperwork where Thug telling niggas like, look, bro, y'all niggas ain't doing nothing. Y'all niggas is soft. Y'all niggas better go out there and shoot something. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, it just show you how reckless Thugger had got. And because of his recklessness, Thugger was around a lot of prominent niggas in Atlanta. The Babies, the Gunners, the Gucci's, the nigga name them. If they was really popping, Thugger done been around them. And that's gonna make it bad because if he been watched for 10 years, don't think for 1 minute being around all these rappers like he have, that they ain't watching them too. When these niggas got 50 to 100 niggas running around with them too. Man, they damn near watching the whole Atlanta at this point. The whole Atlanta damn near in trouble right now at this point. And if you don't think so, that just lets you know your ass too comfortable. If you out that bitch right now and you rapping and you getting money and you attached to a gang, I suggest you motherfucking niggas start toning that shit down right now because they on niggas' asses, man. And they not letting up. Like the lady said, she promised Big Nut's mama. If niggas don't know who Big Nut was, that was YFN Lucci homeboy. But I think at some point, him and Thugger was cool too. But long story short, he ended up getting killed. And they trying to point the fingers at YSL about the shit. And it's just been a back and forth ever since Big Nut died. You know what I'm saying? But the DA did promise Big Nut's mother, like, she gonna figure this shit out. Whoever responsible for it gonna pay for it. Don't this shit look like she keeping her word? And now for her to be pressing him like that, she getting the confidence to feel like she can go after all of these niggas. Knocking down Lucci and then knocking down Thugger. This gave her the confidence to feel like any nigga outside attached to a gang worth millions of dollars that's promoting violence, nigga, she got enough confidence to feel like she can knock y'all asses down. These is just the ones we know about. And don't think a motherfucker gonna get on public, in a public, what they call it, press conference and tell y'all all these goddamn gangs from GDs, Mob GDs, 4PF, Rolling 60s, East West Mafia, ABM, and many more gangs targeted by state officials and shit like that. They named, had to have been about 30 gangs. Nigga, this shit is bad. They really trying to get the cleaning products out and go outside and really clean the streets up. And niggas is helping them being too comfortable. At some point, nigga, we gotta grow up out of thugging because we was thugging to try to get up out the hood. Now we out the hood, niggas still wanna be hood, even though you don't gotta be in the hood no more. That shit is dumb as fuck. It's dumb as fuck. And I thought a nigga like Thugger had more polish. Evidently he didn't. You know what I'm saying? And we seeing that based off this case. All the reckless wiretaps and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for the nigga with the cell phone, whether he was working with the police or they just played him to the left and he got through in the middle of it, not knowing the phone was tapped, his life at stake now because you got a whole bunch of niggas in. It's a whole bunch of niggas involved in this shit, and then you do this, and it's like that shit sunk Thugger even more. You see what I'm saying? So who's to say the gang don't look at you like, nigga, some of this shit your fault and try to kill this nigga? So don't be surprised if that nigga end up in, the nigga that was making the call from the cell phone, don't be surprised if that nigga end up in the goddamn jail in PC. Because shit like that, like, just think about it. If that was a mob nigga and he placed the call from a cell phone, that's tapped, whether he knew about it or not. And you call to the bosses trying to get approval for a hit. And then it's on wiretap. And then it come out this shit on wiretap. Somebody gonna wipe you down about that because you didn't put too many niggas in the line of fire. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying this shit won't happen in this situation. Nigga, they might wipe dude down for making that call and that phone being tapped. Like, don't be surprised if that nigga in PC. There's just a lot of shit going on, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, Thugger fuck with a lot of niggas, man. And Thugger was attached to a lot of niggas. I'm talking about from QC to just a whole bunch of crews. Like, it's a lot of shit going on. Then when you think about it, everybody from Atlanta that's rapping, most 90% of them gang affiliated. All the ones you could think of that's top 10 and 20 in the game from Atlanta, them niggas is gang related. And then you gotta think, this shit go all the way up the ladder. Okay, they investigating Thugger. They got that shit broke down so good, they know the chapters of the game, like the chapters of his game. They know all the different chapters and who running the chapters, and so you gotta think they on his ass. Don't think they ain't on these other chapters' asses too. If they know all that and they know he connected to all that, they on that whole chapter ass. Just like any other circle out there right now that's being investigated by the DEA or the feds. Nigga, if you belong to a gang, whatever that gang is, if it can be traced back, if it's any ties from one end to the other, nigga, they gonna tie them knots and they gonna try to take the whole thing down. This is a fact. This is a fact. They gonna try to take the whole thing down. And when they do, a lot of niggas gonna go down. And when they come about these RICOs and conspiracies, nigga don't expect to get nothing less than 5-10 years. You mandatorily gonna do some time because the minimums come with years. So just think about how many people, the Migos at risk, Lil Baby at risk. I mean, nigga, name them. And they all fuck with each other. Niggas from Pee-wee Longway camp is involved in the YSL swoop up. So nigga Pee-wee Longway subject to be hot because of this shit. All because MPA Lil Duke caught up in this shit. You see what I'm saying? That's what I goes back to tell you about entourages. When people in your entourage fuck up, that shit will spill a whole glass of water on your whole team. And we seeing that shit now. A lot of the fuck ups wasn't Thugger fuck ups. They was niggas around him fucking up. Thugger didn't kill the police. A nigga from his set killed the police. Well, tried to kill the police, shot him up and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? You see what's going on? A lot of the shit that was going on, he might have been the engine to it, but he wasn't putting the labor into it. Them niggas was doing all that. Granted, it was probably some shit going on he ain't had no control over sometimes, but for the most part, they can see in the paperwork during this investigation that Thugger is at the top of the totem pole with this shit, and he the shot caller, he the turn-in man, he the one that people got to answer to in Atlanta, and that's what the fuck they doing, and they putting the pressure on him to let him know, like, nigga, you want to be the boss, we gonna treat you like the boss. When the boss get locked up, nigga, they throw your ass in the hole. They don't want you around they don't want you around everybody else because they don't know how you finna move around. They don't know how you finna finagle when you out here moving around these inmates, and you might start getting drugs in, niggas get stabbed, all kind of shit. So yeah, they gonna put you in a box so they can be able to monitor your movement. Nigga, if you ain't going nowhere, we ain't got to watch you. You see what I'm saying? And that's all they doing to him. They slowly breaking him down now. Whether he break or not, I don't think Thugger gonna break because he too higher up in the gang he in, and that shit come with punishable consequences, and most times that shit is death. You see what I'm saying? So I don't see Thugger telling. I don't see Gunna telling neither, even though he got different types of charges and shit. I don't think Gunna gonna tell because he attached to a gang too. Like I said, all this shit come from you. It's punishable consequences behind this shit. So for them niggas to switch up, just look at it. Shit, Thugger didn't get shot at, but his baby mama got killed. Same thing. Your actions can cause somebody in your family to get their ass wiped down. So I don't see neither one of them telling. All the telling going on, or that's gonna go on from this point, I don't feel like it's gonna come from them two. It's gonna come from niggas below them. And that's what's gonna hurt the case even more, because some of this shit that's going on, they need vouchers for to make sure this shit, you know, as far as the wiretaps, you really don't need no vouchers for that. That shit, they saying it they self. You see what I'm saying? So that shit gonna hurt them bad. But Until they find out who telling and who start telling and what really made them, like, we don't never know. Me personally, I feel like it was Big Nut. Because if you think all the way back to Nut dying, it's been shit going on. And it been real shit. Like, these niggas ain't been, it's not been a rap beef the whole time. The public might have took this shit as a rap beef, but this wasn't a rap beef. This was niggas really going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I ain't gonna say Lucci telling, but a plea for help is almost the same thing when you got your lawyer publicly pleading for you from jail. You know what I'm saying? That's like, it's the same thing Thugger doing. They got me in the cell, the light ain't on, and da 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 da. It's like a dungeon. Nigga, you're in jail. Anytime I've been in jail, nigga, I never expected nicer than what I got, nigga. I'm in jail. This is where you go when you fuck up. This is where you come when you fuck up. Jail. Nigga go from they mansion to jail and expect the goddamn couch in their cell and the light to go off and on when they want to, the window to open up, a patio be out the back door. Nigga, that ain't how jail built, nigga. The jail is for you to realize, nigga, you done fucked up. And both of them fucked up. And if you, to me, Lucci fucked up way more than Thugger did, because goddamn YFN Lucci threw his homie out the car. I ain't throwing my nigga out the car, cause we sliding and we going to wipe something down and my nigga get bust. I don't give a fuck if I look back, he ain't breathing, he ain't moving, his eye, he just, listen, we still going to the hospital. I'm not bouncing out on my homeboy and he in the car with me. I'm just not doing that. So in my eyes, Lucci is straight off fuck nigga. Any nigga that's a fuck nigga like that, that'll just bounce on their friend when y'all supposed to be brothers. You know what I'm saying? Being in the gang is a brotherhood. So you could just throw your homie out the car like that, you a stone cold bitch ass nigga. So I even the attempts on a nigga like, cause I ain't even too much fuck that shit. Cause nigga, you wasn't standing on business like you rap, bro. You wasn't standing on it. And you definitely wasn't real to none of your niggas. After throwing your own homie out the car, who in your section feel like you gonna not do that to them? So, you know what I'm saying? This whole shit is fucked up. But I feel like Atlanta about to take a real big hit in hip hop because of this. This is finna rupture their music scene. It's not gonna rupture the people that's going to Atlanta. They gonna wake up and understand when you get down here, you got to move correctly. You got to do this shit correctly. Cause ain't no one foot in, one foot out. And we've been seeing a lot of one foot in, one foot out ass niggas in the game constantly do the same thing. Is forget they got rich and leave the hood shit alone. I can't wait to get motherfucking rich so I can leave the hood shit alone. I don't know what's wrong with these rich niggas. Don't want to leave the hood shit alone, the street shit alone. Like, what's up with this shit? Is something wrong with you? Like, I'm able to retire this shit today and feel like nigga can't take nothing from me, nigga. So what's up with the rest of these street niggas getting money? Millions up. You became the richest nigga out your section. The realest nigga out your, where you come from, where you live at, your address, your residential area. You the richest nigga to come from that. Nigga, you made it. Fuck going backwards. Niggas don't want to leave the streets alone. And that's raps. That's a rapper's biggest failure, is they don't know when to leave the streets alone. And we watching everybody go to jail. Look how many rappers right now facing cases that most likely going to jail. You see what I'm saying? All the good ones. We got a whole bunch of people critiquing music for it not being what it used to be and all this. But nigga, how music gonna ever get back to where it used to be? And everybody going to jail. Just because these niggas went to jail didn't mean they ain't had no talent, man. A lot of niggas that we watch go to jail got super talent. And we not getting to see the shit because they runs is being short-lived due to their activity outside the music game. Like people forgetting about hip hop police and all this other shit. When a rapper come out and you publicize and glorify your street ties and how you a street nigga, you got to start moving more on the civil side of shit, more on the civilian side of shit, because they gonna start looking into you to see if y'all still participating in that shit y'all participating in that you allegedly rapping about. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't get that part. They just carry on until they come and wipe and come clean it, and they just clean up everything. Just the most popular thing in rap right now is us watching rappers trade their celebrity in for prison number. Thug ain't in jail on no self-defense shit. No shit like that. This nigga in jail for, these niggas was basically like bullies. Like real bullies. And I don't know. It's just this whole shit, man. I just don't understand how people don't notice this shit. Now look at all the other gangs that's being targeted too because of this shit. It's a whole lot of gangs being targeted all behind niggas getting rich and not want to give their street ties up. At some point, I feel like this. A lot of niggas that come out the streets don't be willing to give up their street ties because the person they was in the street. And I can understand that too. It's a certain amount of respect you get from that shit. It's a certain notoriety you get from that shit. Just popularity, just the way people fuck with you because the type of nigga you was outside. Niggas don't want that to change. It's just like what Mitch said in Paid in Full. Nigga, they still gonna love me, man, even though I ain't hustling no more. Cause I ain't playing in the league no more. They still gonna love me, eh? It's the same thing. Niggas feel like that. If they take their feet out the streets ain't gonna love them no more. At this point, nigga, if the streets didn't help you make it out the streets, fuck giving a fuck if the streets gonna love you some more if you lead them motherfuckers, man. Ain't no love in the streets, so quit looking back, having too much love for the street when that bitch don't love you. Niggas having too much love for a hustle that don't love. Nigga, the streets don't love us worth a fuck, nigga. Half the time, the game don't, nigga. Yet, we still outside with the fuck shit. Doing dumb shit. Niggas got $20 million. Nigga, I wish I did have $20 million in the bank. Nigga, couldn't none of my niggas get me to come outside and even be in the hood. I don't want to look at police. None of that shit, nigga. I'm finna go put an umbrella in my drink. Nigga, take this flight, nigga, and go enjoy life. Nigga, ain't nothing about me about to be in the streets no more. The fuck? And I will shoot you myself, but if I'm fucking rich and I don't have to shoot you myself, I'm going to give me some paid security, nigga. I don't feel like I still won't shoot you myself because I went and got paid security. I'm just not putting myself in a fucked up position to fuck my money up because I'm smarter now and I can afford for somebody else legally to shoot you the fuck up. Why wouldn't I do that? These niggas is crazy, man. These niggas is crazy, and some of you niggas had the wrong big homies. I'm just gonna say that. Some of you niggas had the wrong big homies. Cause your big homie, nigga, you supposed to be a reflection of your big homie. If you came up with a broke ass, misleading ass big homie, that's gonna be the same type of nigga you is when you grow up. A broke, misleading ass big homie. You coming up with money getting big homies that got polish about themselves, game about themselves, cause they ain't politicking with you on no bullshit. They gonna let you know stand on business all 24 hours of the day, nigga. But nigga, a lot of the bullshit, nigga, like my big homies always told me when I was little, and I was wilding when I was a young nigga. But them niggas will come get me ASAP and sit me the fuck down, nigga. Fuck the bullshit, nigga. Get this money. That's what the fuck they instilled in my head, nigga. Okay, the street shit gonna be the street shit, but nigga, you can also crash out there when you doing unnecessary shit. Get this money. And a lot of niggas ain't preaching that. Look at what his big homie was telling him. Oh, son, niggas gotta die. Niggas gotta get wiped down. Niggas ain't going against the grain. Niggas can't belong to none of these cliques. If they do, niggas shoot them down. Shots fired, line them up, kill them all. Like, nigga, what type of big homie is that? How much money that nigga got? Why he telling you that? Because you was supposed to be like, hell no, big homie. Now we got to stand on business because we end up having to confront each other in person because we see each other. That's different. But nigga, I'm not about to go throw away everything I work for because you feel like I'm supposed to go outside and kill 1,000 niggas. Nigga, if you want them dead that bad, bring your dumb ass down here and you kill them because I got shit going on. The nigga that was telling Thugger that probably ain't got shit going on but the power enough to tell other niggas what to go do. Cause there's niggas outside that ain't got no money, but they got all the power in the world. Look at niggas like Big U. Big U wasn't the richest nigga in the world, but he had power like a rich nigga. You got a lot of niggas like that. Then when they get the money, they can make shit move even more. You know what I'm saying? And they do. And we got shit like this going on. You see what I'm saying? Now look what's going on. YFN Lucci in this camp locked up. YSL locked up. And YSL, let's just be honest. Between 4PF and YSL, nigga, they been running Atlanta. On the music. I'm not speaking on no street shit when I say this. I'm saying on the music. And if y'all come from the streets and y'all running the rap game, why do you have to go back to the streets? When you running the rap game, you done went from running the street, jumping out the street, getting in rap, becoming rich, and running the rap game. You could afford to leave the whole hood negative bullshit alone. Niggas be stuck in place and in time and stuck on their egos, man. The streets ain't more important than a lot of shit, man. The streets ain't more important than your kids. The streets ain't more important than your family, your freedom, your sanity, your happiness. It's not more important than none of that shit. But we'll throw ourselves in front of the smoking gun more times than one with no second guessing. And when we do end up in those situations, we just try to justify why we're there. Like, if I would have just did this, I could have went longer, or I wouldn't have got caught. Instead of just admitting, nigga, I fucked up. I fucked up, and I gotta change how. If I get another chance, I gotta change how I do shit. Nigga, that's what going to jail means. You fucked up. So when you come home, you got to redeem yourself for your fuck ups. That don't necessarily mean try to go play the same game and not get and beat the game without getting caught. It means, nigga, you have to readjust your life. That didn't work. Do something else. Like, nigga, sometimes we got to go through that shit a whole bunch of times. Nigga, I've been to jail 2, 3, 4, 5 times before I realized, like, nigga, this ain't it. This shit dumb. But once I wouldn't have never had to go through that, nigga, if I'd have got rich earlier. These niggas rich and still ain't learning. We watching a lot of stupid, rich ass niggas whose voice don't stand at the same level it do in the street. Nigga, if you can get a nigga killed in the streets, you should be able to make all these niggas change their life. If you can call a nigga and he can go, or you could look at a nigga and tell him to shoot him and he'll shoot him, you should be able to look at that nigga and be like, look, we ain't doing that no more. We about to do this. And a nigga stand on that with you. Power is power. Influence is influence, nigga. When you got influence, you don't always have to influence others with the bullshit. Influence them with the same energy you got that's got you moving forward. Niggas so stuck on gangster. You know, gangster is changing. Gangster is take care of your family. Gangster is making it out the trenches and creating an atmosphere for yourself to never have to go back to that shit. Nigga, that's gangster. Going outside doing bullshit, that shit ain't gangster, nigga. You get caught, that ain't gangster. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck what you did. If you got caught, nigga, it wasn't gangster. It wasn't gangster. It's niggas that ain't got caught. I'm still gonna say it's not gangster because we be doing a lot of shit on behalf of the streets, and the streets ain't worth a fuck, nigga. The streets don't take care of us when we go to jail, nigga. They don't take care of our families, nigga. None of that shit. But we worried about what the street think, man. Fuck the street, nigga. It's time for that. Culture for the streets, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Subscribe to the channel. Don't leave out the track till you've been served. 1.